Leesburg. Our theme for the year of 2023, I'm getting used to saying that, 2023 is living out loud. And our theme for the month of January is root and reboot. The title of our talk today is Celebrating Life as a Source, and it will be given by our wonderful spiritual director, Charlene Banks. We are so glad that you joined us here today. We thank you so much for taking time out of your day to just put that to-do list aside. No worries, no concerns, just in a very, very blessed and safe space. And now sit back and relax as we officially begin our service with this video.
Hold on, I didn't share sound. Just a second. One moment. You all look beautiful this morning. All right.
Please join us as we create our sacred space. We set our intentions of deepening into our awareness and practice of our 5 pillars of spiritual living by lighting this candle in our virtual world. Our first pillar is sacred study, represented by the divine quality of truth. We use this pillar to recognize the importance of an open mind and the power of our minds. The second pillar is affirmative prayer, represented by the divine quality power. This pillar honors the power of prayer in our daily lives. Our third pillar is meditation and the divine quality of peace. This pillar reminds us of the importance of meditation and the peace we feel when we quiet our minds. The fourth pillar is circulation and the divine quality of life. We know that the great law of circulation works in our lives. As we give, so shall we receive. And the fifth pillar is sacred service and the divine quality of love. This pillar affirms our call to be a service to our world as we see through the eyes of love. Let us close our eyes as we bless this sacred space and our time together. As we weave each of these pillars of spiritual living into our service today, may they deepen our own spiritual practices of study, prayer, meditation, circulation, and service, expanding our minds and our hearts to the 5 divine qualities of truth, power, peace, life, and love. We also bless everyone who made our service possible today and everyone in attendance. May the energy of love that is generated here bless everyone abundantly, and so it is. Such a nice opening. I love hearing the refresher of our 5 pillars. And before I do our meditation for today, I want to remind you that if you have any joys, celebrations, or prayer concerns that you would like us to include later in our service, please feel free to put them in the chat or the comments, and we will include them later when we do our spiritual mind treatment, which is a form of affirmative prayer. And when I say the word affirmative, I think of affirmations. And when I looked at the title of today's talk, Celebrating Life as a Source, I thought, let's see what I can dig up for our meditation today. And this meditation is called the Contemplation Meditation. So as always, as we begin our meditation, just get comfortable, relax in your chair, place your feet on the floor, and just take a moment to relax your shoulders, your neck, any place where you might feel a little tension or stress. Just relax and sink into this moment of peace. And you might want to close your eyes, or you might want to stare at these beautiful green leaves that remind us that spring will be here before we know it. You can watch them as they sway in the breeze, as the birds fly by. Or like I said, just close your eyes. It's up to you. Take a deep breath in and out and in and out. Doesn't that feel good? We have a start meditation. And as you stay in this relaxed state, I'd like you to try to keep your mind alert, but focused in the now, in this present moment. So if you have any intrusive thoughts, thoughts that are just creeping in when they shouldn't be, just gently brush them aside. Maybe send them off on their way with, I'll deal with you later, I'll think about you later. And just try to stay in this present moment, this relaxing. Stay silent in a moment for a moment and think about this phrase. I am. I am. It's such a powerful, powerful phrase. And we get to complete that sentence any way that we want, but keep it positive. I am blessed. I am abundant. I'm filled with joy are some examples, but I want you to find your own. What bubbles up in your mind? Complete the And as you contemplate that phrase, you can repeat it over and over, or just let your mind sink into this relaxing state. As I read these words, you are the instrument through which life flows. Life lies open to you. It is rich, it is full, it is abundant. You create this. You create your life every single morning when you wake up. You can set your intention. You're going to have a good day? You decide. Right in that very moment, before you even get out of bed, you can set your intention. You only have to open the portals of your soul and accept that which is ready to express through you. So today I invite you, fling open those portals widely. And remember, you are an instrument through which life flows. Now go back to that phrase, I am. Do you need to adjust it? Or is there something that I said? Do you like what you originally picked? Take a moment, contemplate the power behind those words, I am. We could spend a lot of time doing this, but we have some wonderful music and a wonderful message. So just let me end this by saying this phrase one more time. Maybe you can say it with me. I am an instrument through which life flows. I am blessed. Feels so good. All right, folks, because we have lots more in store for you, I invite you to gently come back to us, open your eyes, shrug your shoulders a little bit, and sit back and enjoy the wonderful music by Leah.
Thank you so much. You know, when you start talking about being an instrument, I take that personally in the best way possible.
You should.
Aaron knows what I'm talking about. I saw you. So I put the lyrics to this song in the chat if anyone would like to sing along, read along. I just want to make sure you're able to receive all of the words. When you said to take heart that spring is on the way again, that was a gift for me to remember. Asleep in the dirt, holding a dream of rising again out of the deep, raising a call, bringing a claim to sorrow and laughter, to wisdom and pain. Oh, life will find a way to break through the dust. It will and it must. Life will find a way to ring out its song through all creation. Beneath the concrete, under the ice, reaching for sunlight, opening her eyes, each tree exhaling the air that we breathe, every fruit gifting the birth of a seed. Oh, life will find a way to break through the dust. It will and it must. Life will find a way to sing out its song through all creation. Sing a song of praise. Life will find a way, will make its way. Life will find a way to sing out its song through all creation.
Beautiful, beautiful. As I get used to my layout here, I feel like I'm piloting a spaceship. You should see my desk. Leah, I love it. Life will find a way. Tamara, your meditation. It's like we all had a meeting or something before church. Because, private note, we didn't. And it's great that all this works out, because today, this topic about just knowing that I'm in the source and life will find a way. And Tamara, your meditation about just knowing life is good and I am experiencing this life. It all breaks down to this core belief, this core teaching that we have. And it's just that God is good and God is right where I am. Now, I know that many of us were raised in traditions where the use of the word God was a very punitive term, and especially when it was enshrouded with this male, angry, possessive, jealous persona. And so every time I say God, I try to mix it up a little. I try to say the universe or life. And I love the word life because it goes with the song Leah just sang. And it is the impulse of creation making its way in and through and as our lives. Whether we want to or not, we're creating our lives. So we know this to be true. We may have been in this teaching for a while, or we may have been temporarily, interrupted by another tradition, and then we came to this. A lot of the things I thought about in terms of this talk were shuffled around yesterday. Yesterday, I was in class, and the class that I'm in this semester, one of the 4 classes I'm in, no, I'm not busy, not at all. One of the 4 classes is the historical foundations of this teaching, the science of mind, religious science, or new thought. New thought is really the title, but it's all of it, right? Where did it come from? And of course, we're going back over the ages, over the eons of time when humans have been creating divine representation out of whatever they're around. Humans or our species, whatever version of our species you want to make it out to be. When we were living next to the water, gods had very aquiferous, very water-like features and tendencies. When we lived in the mountains, it had a lot of stars and up, a lot of things that had to do with up. And when we were agrarian, it had to do with mother God, the seed, the fertile soil of the divine. And so it is in our nature to know there's something bigger going on. The minute that our frontal lobes connected a couple neural pathways together and said, oh, snap, I don't have to just react to things. I can plan. I can think about thinking. The minute we thought about thinking, we realized, what does it all mean? Why am I here? We want to find meaning in things. And so here we are, we find religion. And the thing about religion, you guys, is that sometimes it is so structured that it removes our personal interaction with it. There's a long story, and I won't go into a lot of detail, but the high notes are the story to sort of depict our experience. You and I today sitting at CSL, a lot of us have gone through it this way. Back in time, there was a person. That person fell into a well. That well had streaming, it's like streaming consciousness of all that is. They lost their individuality and they were swept into the current of all that is, the divine, the consciousness of humankind, all thoughts that were ever thought, all feelings. They were one with everything. They were rushed down and pushed down into this river, and it was even more expansive. There were no walls. There was no I and thou. There was just what is. And so through this experience, this person found their way back up, climbed back up the well, and they were forever changed. They had just seen what we would call nirvana, or they've just reached enlightenment in some traditions. And so what did they do after that? Well, they walked around and told people about it. Well, they couldn't really come up with the words because words are kind of hard when you can't describe what it is you felt. But they're out there and they're talking about it. And they're trying to describe it. They described the place they were when they fell into the well. And out of 100 people, let's say, one other person said, I'm going to go find that. I want that. So they walked to the direction, in the direction the person said, and they too fell in the well. And they too had that experience that was just transcending. So they climb up out of the well and they leave a rock. Like, this is the spot. And so that person goes out and tells people, and most people say, you're crazy. But a few people went and found the rock, fell down the well and experienced all that and came back up. And they started like building one of those cairns, I guess that's what it's called, when you stack rocks on top of each other. They started building that to denote this is the spot. And so over time, more and more people, not a whole lot, mind you, a few people found the spot, went down the well, had the experience, came up and added to the rock. Over time, that rock, the stack of rocks became pillars, and they started building a structure to protect the entrance to the well. And then they put some seats and then put an altar, put a roof. Now, lots of people were coming in to the structure to sit in the pews to listen to the people talk about the experience of the divine. And the entrance to the well was covered up. I know you're thinking what I'm thinking. I'm like, dang, that sounds like a little bit like Christianity. Can I say that out loud? Yes. Now, if you go with me now to Jesus the Christ, back in 2,000 years ago, Jesus came through, and Jesus said that he is the way, the truth, and the life. He had discovered the secret, which delivered him all life, love, and power. He said, this life, this love, and this power is my teaching. And he so completely proved this power that he told us it is wise for us to follow the rules that he laid down for us. And he said, one of these rules that he stated, he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. All right. Now we know that that has some mystical meaning. Loses his life for my sake. What does that mean? Throw yourself in front of the sword and catch a, or catch a bullet for, no, loses your life. It's hard, it's strange, it's almost impossible to do. Nobody wants to do that, but he didn't mean lose your life literally. He says that there must be things in our lives that we will let go of, something that is attached to us that doesn't really belong to us, some mental or physical attachment. And this presence, we should seek to find this presence in this truth that he's teaching. And he says, if you do this, you'll find what I found, Jesus said. This is the emphasis. He said, we are all spiritual beings. We're living in a spiritual universe right now. Heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand right now, he said. God, this is supreme spirit, intelligence of the entire universe, and the power that governs everything is not far away. He said it's right here, it's at hand. It's something that is immediate. It's a presence that's here with us now. That's what we were praying into when Tamara did the opening meditation. That's what Leah was singing about. The presence is right here. It's available now. It's not only with us, it's inside of us. We live in it. It moves through us. So when he says, Jesus says, we must lose our lives, he's really referring to us, the part of us that denies that we are holy, the part of us that denies that the supreme spirit, the supreme intelligence is right here, right now, moving through us. That means we have to surrender our attachment to hating other people as if they're the problem, and attachment to resisting or the negative story that we want to tell ourselves. Sometimes we get comfortable in the pity party because it's warm and it's friendly. And if we call our friends and we complain, at least we have that compassion that feels like a false or a counterfeit representation of the love that we are meant to have, that we are meant to enjoy. If only we would surrender our attachment to that which is unlike the divine. So that doesn't mean you have to surrender your wealth or you have to surrender your comfortable surroundings. It just means that when we put our trust in things that are outside of ourselves, things that maybe how many likes am I getting, or those external points, those external measures of success, well, that's where we're going wrong. We become disillusioned. How many stories have we seen? How many, the old trope of businessmen standing on the edge of, I don't know, some precipice, and he has all of the trappings, the car, the house, the family, the fence, I don't know. And yet, is this all there is, he's saying, as he almost flings himself over the side of whatever precipice. That rings true. Because if we have been raised to follow the external trappings instead of what the hidden meanings are, well, that's where we end up. And so my little story at the beginning, where we had the person who found the well and went inside and had this experience, who told people about it, it's like the game of telephone, how the message becomes diluted. And then it just became, I'm imagining that in this story, it became, well, come to this area. And if you enter into the temple, which we built up, and if you listen to that person telling you about heaven, then that's pretty much as good as we can get. We're going to learn about heaven. We're not going to experience heaven. It's as if you came to a study hall and there's one door that said lecture about heaven, and there's another door that said heaven. I mean, I'm thinking I'm not going to go to the lecture about it if I could just experience it, right? But over time, the message of Jesus has also been diluted and maybe made in a way that wasn't so much work. Because the thing I'm talking about, surrendering everything that we think we're attached to in order to experience the truth and the life that we are meant to live, surrendering that seems like work. So the message I think it got diluted, don't you? I mean, now you've got churches that they talk about what Jesus said. They've got a Bible with red letters that are saying what Jesus said out loud, but then all those letters around it are all the, well, you could just behave this way, sit in that pew, don't do this, do that. In terms of day-to-day living, it doesn't really say create a personal relationship with the divine. It doesn't say give up everything you're attached to and go in there, surrender, get close to the nature of love. I mean, you could get really distracted by all of the traditional ritual that is placed around this truth and never have to experience the truth at all. You could go into that structure, sit in that pew and listen to that person talk about it and never pull back that carpet that is the actual way to the actual experience. You could talk about the experience all day long, but I don't know about you. I've never learned how to ride a bike by reading about riding bikes. Never did it. I mean, I've got to actually get on the thing, pedal forward while not falling. That's kind of what this tradition is. What we teach here at CSL is that there is no intermediary. There's no one else who's going to give you, put a little and then say, yes, now you may have an experience, or come to me first and I'll take you to no, this divine lives in every one of us. We teach that it is at hand, exactly what Jesus was saying. And that the only thing that keeps us from experiencing heaven within is our attachment to negative stories or things that are not true. Our attachment to an idea that we're not good enough is what we have to release in order to experience our true nature, which is divine nature. Our attachment to the fact or the idea that we're not good enough will get in the way of us receiving our blessings. So how do we get rid of an idea? Well, one thing we do is that if God is love, then we cannot get close to the nature of love while hating. So we have to watch ourselves. How do you change your idea? We have to surrender the need to hate other, to say, I hate it when they do that. Or those, insert group here, those XYZs, they always ABC. And I hate the da da da. That thing that we do keeps us from our own love within us. Because while we're holding someone else out of love, we're rejecting, resenting somebody else, we can't possibly receive while we wish for someone else to not have. Because the universe is not sparse, it is flush. And if I have success, that does not take away from someone else's success. So I don't get to sit over here and say, oh, I want to win. I just don't want them to win. And I've done it personally. I've personally done that. I've said, look, this is just business. It's a competition and I want to win. Of course I want to win, but not to the extent that someone else has to so-called lose. And that was in my mind. I not only wanted to win, I wanted the others to lose. Why? I don't know. Maybe I was going to run around with a banner. I don't know. I didn't think it through. What would I have won? I would have won the prize of working really hard at something not that rewarding for a really long time. Congratulations. And what would I have won? What? The right to swing a banner? Nah, boo boo. What? Like, how am I thinking? And so sometimes when we pray for something, what we're really praying for is an experience, and we can't say what that experience is gonna packaged as. When I was praying to, oh, I want to win that contract, which would have been golden handcuffs, if you ask me now that I look back, I want to win that contract. I'm really, what I wanted was to feel successful, to feel respected, to feel like I'm making a difference with the brain that I've been given, with this engineering brain, that I'm making a difference in someone else's life, and I'm spreading that love and raising other people so they could do the same. And I'm empowering other people. Turns out that wasn't the venue for that to happen. Turns out that contract was not the vehicle for me to get all this Charlene-ness in the way that can help other people be great. And so that's why I didn't get that, because it freed me up to do this next thing, which is training other people to be excellent, other people that may be people of color or even or women or underrepresented communities, letting them learn how to do highfalutin engineering stuff. I wouldn't have been available for that if I had my little petty needs met. And so, yeah, shout out to petty needs. I mean, sometimes they teach us better than anything could teach us. But it's great to surrender our need to have something in spite of somebody else, or to spite someone else, or to have something to impress someone that we don't even like, or to anything external that is not real shall fall away as we focus on the internal, what is real. And surrendering, I'm not going to pretend that it's easy. Surrendering can be a little bit difficult to let go of. And how do you surrender? I'll end with this story. It's called She Let Go, and it's by Reverend Sapphire Rose. She let go without a thought or a word. She let go. She let go of all the fear. She let go of all the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons, wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry. She just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning and all the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the project date or the projected date of letting go in her daytimer. Daytimer, remember those? She made no public announcement. She put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report. She didn't read her daily horoscope. I'm going to add too. She didn't post it on Twitter, and she didn't put it on Facebook. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. Nope. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause, no congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it be. She let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. So let's just take that in and just know that we too can just let go of any requirements, any ifs, any worry, any concerns. Just let life be, because it is amazing when we get to the heart of it. And so we go within for prayer. I am speaking my word. I'm checking my little list here for people who need some prayer support. And remember, you can always go to our website at cslleesburg.org, and at the top of the page, every page, there's a button, submit a prayer request. Please do that. We'll pray for you. And so we go into our spiritual mind treatment. We close our eyes and just know that there is only one mind. That mind is the mind of the divine. That mind is the mind of God. That mind is my mind right now. There's only one life, living, moving, breathing as each and every one of us on this planet and beyond. This one life uniquely emanated through and as each individual here within the sound of my voice, each individual within each of our counties, our cities, our countries, everywhere present, each individual is a unique imprint of the infinite intelligence. Let that sink in. Every single one of us, uniquely representing the infinite intelligence. And so with this awareness that there is only one, we know that there can be no out there. There's always the divine right where we are. We don't need to travel to a specific spot or jump down a specific well, for those are metaphors. That well, that point, that center is right in the middle of us, right where we are, God is. No travel required. And from this central space, that divine point of light, we know that right here we have all that we've been given. We have access to everything we could desire. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. So we do that. We release any expectations, any external attachments. We lose the life that we thought we should have, and we rest into the unique, the divine, the infinite allness that is right where we are, breathing us, living us, having its way with us. We realize we are the instruments of the divine, and that as we imagine it, as we dream it, as we believe it, so it is. And so instead of attaching to negative things, we turn our attention to what it is we do want. And what we do know is true for us is that we have access to this divine intelligence. And so I speak my word for Renee B, that right here, right now, she is divinely guided in her career choices, that the divine is making itself known through whispers, through nudges, through ideas, and through hints, and even through other people that come her way. There is a divine unfolding happening, and it makes itself known. I speak my word that she is led with intuition and curiosity, and that effort will be rewarded tenfold. I also speak my word for families who are grieving in any way, that whether you lost a loved one or whether someone is ill, knowing that God is right where you are. God is right where each and every one of us is. And in this connection, which gets emboldened and embodied, connection with other people will start to grow and feed the emptiness that is felt. And that even now, right now, in the midst of grief and sadness, there is the divine. It's making its way. Life is making its way and loving its way through each and every one of us. And for every prayer that has been kept inside, for every word of request that has not been spoken, I speak my word that right now the highest and best is working its way through our lives. I'm so grateful to be able to watch this unfold in 3D reality, knowing that it is already so in the mind of God. I'm so excited to watch these truths unfold in our everyday lives. I release my word into the law, knowing and just grateful that it is so. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Leah, hello.
Hello. Hello, hello. Thank you so much, Shar. This song, I'm sending through the lyrics again into the chat, is about, as you said, acknowledging our personal, already existing connection and choosing to live in accordance to that, not needing to go anywhere or do anything else other than make the decision to acknowledge that it is so. So please sing with me if any of the parts resonate and feel uh, inviting to you. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. I choose this day to breathe freedom and laughter. I choose this day to feel more than enough. Not yesterday and not any day after. I feel this day to be one with love. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day to be one with love. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day to be one with love. I choose this day to breathe freedom and laughter. I choose this day to feel more than enough. Not yesterday and not any day after. I choose this day to be one with love. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day to be one with love. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day to be one with love. I choose this day. 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 I choose this day to be one with love. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day. I choose this day to be one with love.
Holy cow, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Leah. Oh my gosh. I choose this day to be one with love. That's the one. That's the one that's going to hang up on my chalkboard for the rest of this week. Thank you so much. And thank you, Charlene. Especially that poem, She Let Go. Wow. You know, every time you come here, folks, you learn something. Even when you've been coming as long as I have, you learn something every time. And now it is time to bless the donations that were shared today at CSL Leesburg. We believe in the law of circulation. You heard that in our opening video. So we give as we know we will receive. We are a tithing community. The donations shared with our center bless everyone, those who give and those who receive. So our donations go to our center, our home organization, and to other organizations that support our vision of helping to make a world that works for everyone. Please look at the screen. There's so many ways. I bet you already found one, right? Right? There's so many ways to give. However you're giving, if it's physically, you have that check or that cash in your hand, or if you're just giving online, because this is what you do each month, just take that thought, that physical item, and just put it over your heart and join me in our blessing of oneness, our blessing of our gifts. The presence of spirit within me blesses everyone I meet, tends to heal everything I touch, brings gladness into the life of everyone I contact. Therefore, I am a blessing to myself, to humankind, and to the day in which I live. And so it is. And now it's time for announcements. And we have our continuing meeting on Tuesday mornings with Charlene and friends. And I have a feeling there might be some puppies joining this Tuesday. So there's extra incentive to join in.
Yes.
You know what I have on my mind right now.
I know. I can't wait.
extra incentive to join in on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. See Charlene and her friends, meet the puppies that she's getting this afternoon, but also take some time to share your dreams. Sometimes you need just to share your dreams out loud to see, what are the messages that I'm getting from my subconscious while I'm sleeping? It's always on, it doesn't shut down. So join Charlene and her friends, and they will discuss their dreams, and you're going to see some cute little puppy faces, I'm sure.
All right, for this next
one.
Yeah, for this next one, can you hear me? Is it? Yeah?
We're good.
Okay, listen. Vista 2023, it's a conference. We have it every year. It's CSL's annual conference, and it's going to be online. And the board has approved purchases of 5 tickets. So we've got 1 ticket going to me, 1 to Larry, our delegate, 1 to Tamara. I've got 2 other tickets that you guys can watch this remotely. You can even have a remote watching party, or you could do a streaming party. I don't know. It's during the day from the 20th to the 23rd. And of course, you could watch, since you're registered, there'll be video recordings of it that you can review. You don't have to sit there and watch it because many people have jobs. But what we need to do is reach out to me and let me know if you want one of these so-called tickets. I have 2 of them. And yeah, let me know, because I think it'll be great. We'll share some of the highlights after it. But yeah, that's the story. And let me know via text or in the chat what your plan is. Maybe you want to have a little viewing party at your place. I don't know. Okay, back to you, Tamara.
All righty. Thank you, Charlene. So many exciting things. And now, sadly, it's time for our closing affirmation, but I want to remind you, if you can stay a few more minutes, please, please, please hang out with us. We're going to be chatting about the wonderful music, about something that you got during the meditation, and of course, the wonderful message from Charlene. We call these pearls. It's little nuggets that just kind of resonate with your soul, and you're kind of excited, or you have a question and you want to talk to somebody about it. Hang out with us. Stay with us online, and we'll just chat for a little while. Join us if you can. If you have to go on your way, you have other things to do, then just know that we send you off with our blessings and love. All right, folks, you can see our closing affirmation up on your screen as we end this time together. Let us once again just place our hands over our hearts and say out loud with me, I love it when you turn on your mics. I am love.
I am love.
I heard Charlene. You can turn on your mics. I want to hear you. Ready? So this time you're going to point to somebody in the room with you, somebody on the screen, somebody, because we believe like we're all connected to somebody that you're sending love to, and just join me in saying, you are love.
You are love.
See, I heard you. Renee B, I heard you all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. Fantastic. All right, now put your hands up in the air as we do something called Love Sprinkles, and join me in saying it's all love. It's all love. It's all love. Thank you so much. Like I said, if you have to leave, know that we are sending you off with love. And if you can stay in, hang out a little bit, just stay and we'll chat.
Hey, also, listen, if you're watching us on Facebook, come to cslleesburg.org and click on the Zoom link, okay? Come on.
Thank you, Char.
No worries.
Bye. Facebook. Go to cslleesburg.org, click on the Zoom link, and then you can join our chat too. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay if you can, and if you can't,